There is a specific question that tends to find us in the absolute quiet of an early morning. You look at the mirror, the day hasn't even fully started, and it whispers, "Am I enough?" The brutal part about that question is its total indifference to your effort. You can put in 80-hour weeks, optimize your routine, and do exactly what you are supposed to do, and that doubt still lingers in the cold air. So you push past it. You get dressed, grab a bag filled with unfinished tasks, and step out into an indifferent environment. You join the commute, passing dozens of people who are also walking through their day without a drop of inspiration. If relentless effort doesn't quiet that morning doubt, it suggests we are looking for the answer in the wrong place. We are treating worthiness like a goal to be reached through work, rather than a starting point we've lost track of. When you force yourself to keep walking, you are paying a silent toll. Every single day that you choose to continue moving forward despite feeling inadequate, you spend a piece of your own energy, a piece of yourself. Society doesn't recognize that transaction. Nobody stops you on the sidewalk to hand you a receipt proving you were brave today. There is no applause for simply holding it together. That absolute silence from the outside world creates a psychological vacuum. In the absence of external validation, your own internal doubts are given room to echo, multiply, and grow incredibly loud. We have to confront that echo directly. If the people around you aren't actually stopping to tell you that you are unworthy, we need to track down exactly who planted that voice inside your head. It usually speaks up right when you sit down at your desk. You stare at the screen, look at the unfinished work, and hear a clear sentence. Maybe you aren't built for this. Let's dismantle that. That paralyzing doubt is not some deep hidden wisdom trying to protect you. And more importantly, it isn't originally yours. This illustrates the anatomy of absorption. Your brain collects external data every time you are passed over, felt invisible, or met with apathy. It then severs ties to those events, packaging the rejections into a permanent, heavy, self-generated assessment of your own value. You aren't experiencing a character flaw. The paralyzing feeling you carry is a highly trained psychological response to your past environments. Because it was learned, it can be dismantled. Carrying that installed critic takes a massive physical and emotional toll. Eventually, the weight of operating with it catches up to you. You find yourself sitting alone, maybe on a concrete stairwell, staring at the floor. It is that quiet moment where the sheer effort you are exerting no longer feels remotely proportional to the results you are getting. The standard assumption is that cracking under this kind of pressure is a failure. We are taught that losing your grip, even for a second, means you lack resilience. Look closer at that exact moment. That break is the necessary point of tension where the weight of that installed voice finally becomes too heavy to carry, forcing you to drop it. True worthiness is never built by those who glide through life without doubting themselves. It is forged right there on the concrete, the second the illusion of that installed voice shatters, leaving you to decide what you will do next. The shift that follows does not arrive with a sudden burst of extreme confidence. No external savior walks into the stairwell to pull you up. Instead, you make a private, calculated decision to keep going. You make it entirely alone, with zero audience and zero applause to guide you. That internal choice changes the way you move. As you step back out onto the street, you are walking as a quiet declaration of your own existence. Taking that step forward while possessing absolutely no proof that it will work is the exact mechanical action that breaks the hold of the inner critic. This is what the cost of worthiness actually means. It has nothing to do with hustling harder, losing more sleep, or trying to achieve some flawless, polished aesthetic. As we see laid out here, the real toll is on the right. The true cost is the daily, exhausting requirement to systematically unlearn what the world made you believe about yourself and choosing to show up imperfectly anyway. So when you face that mirror tomorrow morning, stop measuring your reflection against a flawless ideal that has never existed. Look back at the person who was terrified, who absorbed the apathy of the world, and yet still picked up the heavy bag and walked out the door. That quiet, unapplauded resilience is all the proof you need. It simply requires you to look at yourself and offer a definitive, solitary yes.